All right. Welcome back to the Mind of Nobodies. And today we're going to talk a little bit about everything, but mainly the effects that they felt like the eclipse had on them and people around them. We're going to talk about what would we do if we won the lottery. And you can find us at TikTok, Mind of Nobodies. Instagram, Mind of Nobodies. Facebook, Mind of Nobodies. YouTube, Mind of Nobodies. Miguel's house, Mind of Nobodies. And we're going to start with introducing myself and Elijah. We're going to go to
Dexter.
Rain.
Miguel.
And we got Wands on the 1 and 2s. Devaney might come in a little bit later right now. She's Uber Eats right now. Just kidding. No, but yeah. With this little conversation, let's start with the eclipse. And with that said, Dexter, did you want to talk a little bit about how you felt about it? Or?
I just definitely felt some kind of like lift of energy, or like especially negative energy. I've been really happy ever since the eclipse, but I just feel like super energetic and
upbeat
my life versus compared to how I felt like sluggish and like brain foggy and like I don't know. I feel like this winter was kind of like a blur for me. I felt like I was sick a lot, and it was just like my head was just not clear. But ever since then, I've been like clear in thought, mind, everything like that. Really upbeat. So it's been pretty nice. And I was like talking to my boss about it, and she starts talking about like, you know, Mercury's in retrograde and all that kind of shit. And I was like, I have no idea what you're saying, but okay, you know.
Yeah. I did find something in regards to that, but I want to hear everybody's thoughts first.
Yeah.
What about you, Rain? How did you feel?
I felt okay.
Yeah.
It was another Thursday, or was it Tuesday?
Monday.
Monday.
It was a Monday.
Oh, so you definitely missed it.
She said I felt absolutely nothing.
You know, Wednesday morning, driving.
Right.
No, yeah, like I went to work, I worked, I went home, I went to bed. It was a regular day for me, honestly. But the days leading up to the eclipse were terrible. But after, it was pretty cool. No, just like work, like people were more negative. I felt more negative. But, you know, I didn't notice anything.
So maybe it had a reverse effect on you.
Oh,
hey,
what's up?
Building.
Sorry, I was...
You're good, just go ahead. Take the throne.
Your headset's for you right here.
So yeah, right now that Devaney's here, we're just gonna say that we started talking about the effects of the eclipse, how you felt about it. Nothing real spiritual or anything like that, but how you felt when the eclipse came, gone. We have Rain talking about it right now.
Moments leading up to it.
Yeah.
And all that good stuff.
I honestly felt mad as fuck. Like,
Well, we'll get back to you since you're so late. So, back to Rain, and then...
No, that's all. I really don't have any input on it. I felt like it was a regular Monday.
Yes, Monday.
Yeah. It was a regular Monday.
Monday.
So,
Not a Wednesday.
And so, we'll jump back over to Devaney. And, bring that over to you a little bit. So, how did you feel?
I honestly felt mad.
Yeah?
Like, the whole week leading up. But I think it was because at work, a lot of people were also very
She said
mad.
something like that, huh?
yeah, the people were really negative.
Yeah, everyone's so negative still. Like, this whole week, I honestly, like, I have never fought with that many people.
Damn.
That's true,
in
though.
a single week, 2 weeks.
People got aggressive.
Came to work with their boxing gloves on, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny.
And I never fight back. Like, I'm one to, like, shut the fuck up.
But you were snippy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, you're not about to talk to me crazy.
Was this before it happened or after it happened?
Both.
Okay.
During.
Yeah.
During.
After.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's just been good ever since then.
Yeah.
I can't call it.
Man,
What
when it
about you,
happened,
Miguel?
I noticed that it was dark outside, and that's really all.
Like, we got
Oh,
the
so it
park
did get
is-
dark over here in Utah?
It got a little darker than
It got a
normal.
little darker,
Mhm.
but-
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't a big difference
Yeah, I
unless
was
you know what you're looking
indoors,
for.
no windows,
Yeah.
lights off.
Yeah.
I had windows, but it just looked cloudy.
Yeah, it was a gloomy day, but other than that, no, and anything like energy, people,
Well,
being aggressive.
This whole
No,
year for you is already out.
it's a positive mindset, you know. But like I was telling someone, like my circle's this small, everyone else I could get fucked.
See, well, I think you can still have a positive mind state and still have bad outcomes that happen in life. You know what I'm saying?
But
just
how you
look at
react to them.
Yeah,
You have to stay
yeah.
positive because the
one
problem's
thing
not the problem.
I did do. I remember doing this last week when the eclipse was supposed to be happening. I
Mhm.
probably did too late, but like manifestation, I got my
yeah.
little notebook and I wrote down some things.
Yeah.
But I missed everything.
You
So
know
I was
what?
like, hopefully it works.
I actually kept hearing that it's not good to manifest.
So I heard both.
I heard
Yeah.
both. I heard
Yeah.
both.
Where
I
you get
heard
that
it
on
was
TikTok?
good.
No.
My source is TikTok, so I was like,
Right.
maybe I'll do it.
I want to
heard
hear
both.
about that.
But I heard you're not supposed to because it could come like too
Negative.
harsh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, my things weren't that like serious. It was more of like,
Increment.
I do want to hear. Well, I do want to hear about your manifestations because I also feel like with manifestations come frequencies, and because you can have the wrong frequency, even though you're trying to manifest something, you're giving out a frequency like you don't deserve it, you don't need it, and even if it does come to you, it'll pass you the wrong way or it'll pass you the right way, and you just wasn't ready to accept it because your frequency wasn't ready to accept it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
But
You know
yeah.
what? I did manifest the day after because I didn't want to manifest the day of. I honestly manifested money, and I didn't think I was gonna qualify for a bonus this
Yeah.
quarter, but I did.
Hell yeah!
Ah.
And
Congratulations.
a lot more than I expected.
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
It's always
yeah.
be
nice.
going
Well,
up,
you-
turn up.
You know, you should.
we had different ends of that. Like you got your bonus, I got rejected.
Oh.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that.
Yeah.
That's so accurate though. So I feel like you probably doing that the next day
Yeah.
was helpful.
I don't know. I also, what else? Never mind. I forgot what I was gonna say.
How about you, Elijah?
With me, I feel like the week's ending up to it. I had crazy drivers, aggressive drivers.
I did hear a lot about crazy
Mhm.
drivers for some
Yeah,
reason.
like people were literally just cutting off other people or even me, and it's just like, hey, dude, what's going on?
Yeah.
And
That was probably
And-
my bad.
but
So
yeah,
that's just
and
how I
was
drive
like,
normally,
was
so
like, what's
sorry.
going
Cut him
on?
up.
But
I
the
cut you off to go to him.
the day I was coming back at the airport, this dude literally I only got like the last 3 minutes of it, but this dude, he was screaming, yelling, so the plane got canceled, and they had to sit on the plane. And while they're dealing with the people who's sitting on the plane and trying to get them off, there's other people that's trying to get the next plane and trying to find out where can they go to get the plane that they need to be on, right?
Yeah.
Which that plane was still also canceled. So so the dude's sitting at the desk, and when people are all having to get off of the plane, he's like, "Can someone come fucking help me?" in the airport, and I'm like, "Yellow bomb." But this dude is like screaming, yelling, and then there's one little lady sitting down, and she's like, "Dude, they're trying to help everyone. They're gonna get to you, I promise." Like he's like, "Fuck you, bitch. I don't give up." Like literally, he's yelling these things, and I'm like, "Dang, this is
No.
crazy." And they're like, "Is security gonna come?" Security never comes at all. You know, we're thinking
That's
all kinds of
awful.
stuff, but nothing happens to this dude. And then the rest of the people started getting in. I got it when this other lady, she said, "Shut the fuck up," blah blah blah. This, you know,
Yeah, I see that weird stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
And so then another guy started walking up to him. He's like, "What? I bet you won't get in my face." Blah blah blah. This and that. And I was like, "Get in his face."
Yeah, I'm filming it all.
Yeah.
Make it
And so,
interesting.
right, I'm
He's
like,
waiting to yell out, "World Star."
Like I was like, I'm catching the end of it, but I hope it like keeps going. But
Keep escalating. Yeah. I'll miss my flight for a show, huh?
right, like so no, he walks away, but I'm like, this is extreme. Like people are understanding that that there are consequences to all their action, like cutting people off like crazy, like
Yeah.
literally they're cutting roads and stuff. And I'm like I do feel like that there are some type of connections with what's going on in our atmosphere. It makes us feel some type of way, and we really don't really notice or acknowledge it because it's just like a everyday thing. But if you're sitting inside all day, then you may not have the same effect as sitting under the atmosphere or outside. I don't know.
What about you, Miguel?
As far as what?
Oh, Miguel said.
What was your experience?
Oh, I told you guys it was just a normal day. I didn't realize it, but I work and home is all I did that day. You know.
So,
And have some fun.
so during the eclipse, one of the most searched words was, "Why do I have a headache?" after seeing the eclipse.
Because you were staring at the
Oh,
fucking
I'm not
sun.
even mad.
I mean, it's
That's
pretty
Dang,
self-explanatory
oh, you had a
there.
headache?
I mean,
I had a headache.
I've been having a headache, so I can't correlate it with that. But I usually never have headaches.
There are
But
also
I can.
a lot of search, what if I accidentally see the sun type so
Yeah.
that went up a lot during that time. So I don't know if you guys felt anything
It's
like
probably
that.
everybody
I
staring at the
did
sun. and I
notice
got a
one
headache.
thing. TikTok is my source, but like they were saying something about women that were on their
Cycle?
period during the eclipse, and that it's like a good thing.
It's the best time to have
They
sex.
gained ultimate form.
Yeah, that was me.
They reached their
They
final
evolved
form.
in their peak.
Right. I am gonna
That's all.
explode.
So
Wait,
I
what did you
did-
say?
That's bad.
I'm on birth control.
Oh. I mean, I got mine, which I was like, oh, what does that mean? But I didn't really look into it.
So I
You're no
found
longer
a
Rain,
lot
you're
of stuff,
Storm.
including TikTok. But before I get to the sources that I found for TikTok, during the eclipse, I did go outside. A day before Sunday, I went to the planetarium. I bought myself some glasses because my son wanted to see it.
Yeah.
So I was at work. I went outside because I figured around what time it was gonna come out. So we went outside. We looked at the thing. It was awesome.
Yeah.
Like I've never experienced anything like that in the sense of I've never seen it.
Oh, okay.
Right. So
Yeah.
I never
You
seen an
didn't see-
eclipse.
you didn't
So
see
that's
the
your
last
first eclipse.
Okay.
Right, it was
The-
my first eclipse
okay.
Oh,
where
wow.
I actually looked up and I saw it. I was like, oh, that's really dope. It was just a cool vision.
Was this your guys' first eclipse that you guys like saw or no?
No, I saw the one in what was it,
I-
2017 or something?
Yeah, the one in
Yeah,
Idaho.
so
Yeah.
that was in Oregon, but it passed through.
Yeah. It
think
started in Orem, right?
Idaho.
Or
No, it's just it's a line of sight where people can
see the
it.
full
Yeah.
coverage. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think wasn't Texas in it this year?
It was
And, like,
so
up the
Texas
eastern-
through
Mexico,
Mexico,
Texas.
yeah.
Like
In
Arkansas.
2020, it was through Chile. That would be the best place to see it. But since we had COVID, a lot of people didn't travel to Chile to do it. So and then basically there's people who are eclipse chasers. I don't know if I told y'all about this, but when they chase eclipse, there's people who there's that thing that shows you the best place to see it, and then there's festivals that throw eclipse in those area to make it worth your while. And
Well, I mean, the eclipses are cool because Einstein's theory of relativity was actually proven by an eclipse. Yeah, that's how they found out that light is relative. Gravity controls the light, bends it, time
they
as
had
well.
to wait for an eclipse for that.
No, they travel for it. Like you said, they were one of those eclipse. They do the math, and it's going to be here this year. The next one probably be 2 years from now, but not in this country.
Yeah.
So, I will say this: I'm not a big the stars dictate my life.
Right.
None of that stuff. But I did have a headache at the end, and I think it was because I was just staring at the sun.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a massive headache, but I did feel, a headache. It was no big deal. A few hours later, I was fine. However, I did find a few things. This not come from TikTok. This came from an expert in angels and demons.
Mhm.
And so he was
Demonology.
demonology. I think that was his title, actually.
Demonologist or something like that.
Yeah, and that was in Spanish, so for some reason I can't translate it. Nonetheless,
Yeah.
he was talking about that for what you ladies were saying, some people were saying it's the perfect time to ask for something. Some people were saying it's not the right time to ask for it. And what he was saying is that for some people it would work, especially if you're like an Aries, because your energy comes from the sun. And so with the lunar or the solar, whatever the right term it is, with the eclipse being there because it's blocking the sun, it was not the perfect time for people like Aries sign to be, try to draw from that source. And so that's why there's that myth of do or don't do. And so I thought I was really interested. So
That is pretty
it does
cool,
make sense
So
that
it's a
some
fire
people
sign.
might not feel positive and some might feel negative. It's just like it works and it doesn't work.
It's like the Avatar. You guys lost your fire bending.
Right. Hey, I was thinking that. While he was talking about that, I was thinking about that because there's so many things to do with what is that thing called?
The elements.
Because I'm an earth sign. I
Yeah.
don't even know
And so that's what they were saying.
astrology.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that
Yeah.
means.
I mean,
Right.
I'm ruled
I
by
mean-
Mercury. So I
Yeah,
don't.
that's
feel like
the-
there was any
So I
difference.
also go by like the number 8 is infinity. So like the simple fact that it was on the 8th of It was on the 8th of a half of 8. I don't know. That's weird. But
Like
the
4,
month
8?
is 4, yeah.
Oh,
And then it's on the 8th, which is
The year is
infinity,
the fourth. Dude.
which is connected to me. So what goes around comes around. And
That's kind of crazy because look, it's the 4th year plus the 4th month that equals 8.
But
And
if
it's a
you,
leap
if
year,
you
too.
add 2024 to each other, 2
Mhm.
plus 4
It's
is
8, 8.
or 2 plus 2 is 4, and then 4 plus 4 is 8.
yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, no, all of these things. All of these things. No, for real, all of these things. So it was 4, 4, 24. You know what I mean? Like all of these things was like coming together. All these fucking fours, all these fucking double numbers, all these angel numbers going on. You know what I mean? Like all at one time. So it was just like, hey, this is the year to.
Is 8 your number?
Well, and
Yeah, I'm 88.
You're
88.
Oh, you were 88.
Yep, I'm
Yeah,
infinity
he's 88,
forever.
okay.
I'm infinity times 3.
Dang, you life.
Yep, what goes around comes
Wow.
around. Everything positive happens to me, nothing negative. I'm gonna keep on upgrading, and as long as I upgrade, it'll
Like
keep on
that.
upgrading me.
I fuck-
the guy was also saying that it was also a good time to give your pass,
Mm.
meaning, you know, whatever, let's say your parents taught you something, but now as an adult, you realize that maybe it's not, you know, maybe your parents weren't right. They were just doing it because
They were taught
part
that.
of the culture, they were taught that.
Yeah.
And so it was a good time for you to let go of that past and just, you know, continue with your own path.
Yeah.
And so I thought that was quite interesting.
Yeah, I had like 70 white people was like, black people aren't bad. No, I'm just playing. Just kidding. No, yeah. I don't know.
So going back to TikTok theories.
Mm.
So here is when I found out that there was crazy stuff going on because of the eclipse. My mom, she's full on Mexican. And so superstition is her thing. I took her to work and she's all telling me, you need to take me to the store because I need to buy food. This eclipse is coming. And I was like, whoa, what? She's like, yeah, I saw in the news that it was gonna be dark for 3 days. I'm like, wait. What news said that? Because that
Right.
is scientifically wrong.
False news.
Yeah.
And she said, well, it might have been TikTok. Okay, then say that. But she was freaking out because she witnessed an eclipse when she was a young girl in Mexico, and my grandmother just told her to stay inside because at that time it got really dark. And so they told her, don't go outside, something bad is gonna happen. They closed the windows and she's like, go back to sleep. And so with her ignorance, that's where she's at. Like, the eclipse is coming, it's gonna get dark, it's gonna be bad.
Dude, I could relate. I brought back
Yeah.
seawater from California once, and my mom's like, "Oh, that attracts lightning." Like, how? She's like, "You gotta get rid of that." I was like, "What? It's just a bottle of seawater. Like, how is that gonna attract lightning?" One of those old,
Yeah, Whitetails, yeah.
Exactly. It was-
Yeah.
So I could relate.
I heard another one from TikTok
Go
that
ahead.
pregnant women weren't supposed to be outside.
They can be born. Their kid can be born with a cleft palate.
I've heard that too.
During an eclipse, or
During-
just
yeah,
Mhm.
if they don't protect themselves during an eclipse, their kid can be born with a cleft palate.
And there's
Really?
another one that
Wow.
you're supposed to
is
wear
this
red.
is this like scientific? or
No,
just-
no, this is all like
That's just theory?
white
But
stuff.
there are
Yeah.
like when you go through massage therapy, there's a place in the book that shows what environment gives more kids cleft palates, but I can't remember because
It's gonna be somewhere. I would say Asia.
No wonder I
honestly.
didn't pass the test.
yeah.
I would think
but
it's somewhere in Asia.
Pregnant
Yeah.
women, you're supposed to wrap a red ribbon around your belly, and you're supposed to put metal on it.
Metal?
Oh,
Metal,
So the
silver metal.
wow, that's interesting.
okay.
Any other TikTok stories out there?
Well, it's not always TikTok. It's I feel like
Why
some of
stuff?
them are just like things that people did, and once something stopped happening or stopped repeating itself, other people caught on and was like,
You
"I'm
know-
gonna keep doing this."
I
know-
wonder. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say there was another thing to wear white also.
Yeah.
Not to wear white.
No,
to
to
wear
wear
white.
white.
To wear white.
Yeah, and I was like, I'm not wearing white.
But and there was something about wearing red too. But think
Yeah.
about it, like a lot of things that midwives used to have people do. They're doing those studies in the medical field and finding out that midwives were right. You know what I'm saying? Because all they did was study how to help their community.
So, one of the things that was crossing my mind, because you have to wear this special glasses and all that stuff. I wonder who was the first person that got blinded by that.
Wait, what?
Blinded by
Wait,
the
what did you
eclipse,
say?
Blinded by the
staring at the
eclipse.
eclipse.
Well, I
I'm
don't
sure
think it necessarily blinds
Has
many
anybody ever been
dumbasses
blind
have
by
done
staring
that.
at the sun? Is there
I've-
actual?
I've
Is
stared at the sun before.
I've stared at the
Oh
sun.
man,
there,
you
you can
can.
stare at the sun.
Yeah,
Like,
I
like
think-
for real.
No,
I-
No. I think
You
no one's ever
shouldn't.
got
You
blinded from
shouldn't.
staring at the sun. Also, it
Google
said
it.
that it opens up your third
So-
eye. No,
Here's what I
Google
Google
it. No,
it,
yeah.
please.
Google
But
it.
it has
It
to
opens up
be-
your third eye,
Watch it, my
and
boy.
there's a time where you're supposed to stare at the sun
Exactly,
and look
yeah.
at the sun, but no one's ever really been blinded by staring at the sun. That is a myth. It's
You
just
don't
it just
get
hurts your eyes
blinded.
after a while.
Your
Yeah.
eye- well, okay, listen.
It says
When
that
the
hurts
moon
your
is
retina.
going
Listen.
over the sun,
Mm-hmm.
your eyes are dilating to try to focus with it getting darker.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, like, the rim around the sun is, like, hella beaming, and then your eyes are super dilated, so it can cause damage.
To your
It
retina.
doesn't necessarily blind you.
Well, it says here the.
All right, so
Go
dope. I'm sorry.
It's not that dumb, actually. It says that Isaac Newton, he himself attempted to look at the eclipse.
Didn't
And
he
he-
have the light bulb?
No,
He
I
did get blinded, but only for 3 days. But he suffered months of after image, but eventually his vision recovered.
Okay, now I'm saying, has anyone been permanently blinded?
I did not find anything in relation
No.
to that.
Okay,
But
so it
that
looks like I
back
was
in the
wrong.
day, what if he wasn't blind? It was just blurry.
Or
And
maybe
they said it was blind.
Or maybe they just said that it blinded this one great man, so nobody should do it again.
Yeah.
When
Yeah,
in
what if
reality,
they're
you
lying?
should be doing it.
I don't know. I think sight
Because
is.
spiritual
Yeah.
and
I'm
spiritual.
thinking about it when you're
myths,
accepting,
it
you're
says,
up, your
yeah.
head's up, your arms are open, you know what I mean, and you're probably staring at the sun, receiving the energy. You know what I mean?
Like when you see a rainbow after it's rain, it's because of the reflection of the sun. And
Right.
and then when you look up, oh fuck, I don't even know what to look up. We'll talk about it after. But they're saying you're accepting all the colors, and you're also opening up your third eye when you look at the sun at this time of day, and that time of day is a time you need to look at the sun.
yeah, I think it's like morning and afternoon because
Yeah,
it's not at
it's-
its like full peak. You
It's
know.
like the first 15 minutes when the sun is coming up and the last 15.
Right, and with society of how it is, there's a lot of spiritual things that they don't want you to awaken anymore. They try to keep dormant.
I feel that.
And so when they tell you
Is
not
it
to
during
do
the golden
something,
hour?
when they tell you not to
I
do
love
something,
that.
and you're finding out that these things are false, or when they tell you to do something and you find out these things are false, it's because these are either dimming your spirituality to human nature or arising the spirituality
Have
to
you
guys
human
ever heard
nature.
of grounding?
Just like grounding.
yeah,
What you say?
my guy.
Just like
My
grounding.
guy, yeah,
We were in
yeah.
souls of our.
grounding?
So
Grounding.
grounding is when you go ahead. I'm sorry.
You can do it multiple different ways, but the easiest way to do it is just taking your shoes off and going on the grass,
Oh, okay,
on the
okay.
soil.
Hold
it
the tree.
literally-
Walking
yeah,
around
hold-
barefoot is good for your soul.
Yeah.
It's good for your feet as well. You know that, right?
You can hold like electrical currents in your hand and you can read
I'm sorry?
energy. Like
Yes.
you can like an electrical like a outlet tester.
Okay, I see
You
what
Those
can,
were like
you can
batteries.
hold that and you can actually get a reading from it. I don't think you could from that. It'd have to be like a one that could get your lower levels, but they have tests that you can do.
I have one.
Yeah, so when you stand
wanna-
on
you guys
grass,
wanna
you're
try?
you're completely zeroed out. There's
Mhm.
no energy flowing through you. There's no anything like that.
You do measure it with some
But
voltage.
you're recharging instantly,
They say-
especially when you're
I
standing
do
by
like
grass
that from time
and
to
a
time.
tree.
They
Also-
say it takes away inflammation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I do it.
pain,
Circulates a lot
joints,
better.
Yeah, circulation.
Mhm.
But yeah, you can
But-
even get your
but-
bed and wire it with copper and plug it into an outlet and ground yourself as well.
Right, but
That
instead,
sounds
as
so
little as a
dangerous.
baby.
Yeah.
What did you say?
That
Grounding
sounds
your
so dangerous.
grounding your bed through an outlet.
Yeah, holding
Right, but
electric
no,
current.
they do
come
have
with
grounding
blankets.
pads.
Yeah,
they have
got
grounding
blankets and
pads.
stuff, but there's like
But
other ways to do it.
Yeah.
but instead, they're having you as young as being a baby, having baby shoes on and wearing shoes. But babies don't even need to wear shoes. Also, the more messed up your feet is, the more problems you'll have with your spinal cord and everything else in your body. So when you're wearing shoes, while you're trying to form a free body, you're fuck it.
I'll tell you this though, when it comes to the grounding, one of the things that I just recently really started doing a little bit more, and it has been ice bath. Well, not ice, because I don't put any ice. It's just the cold water. But like this, this weekend the weather was nice, and I've done it many times. But you go up to the mountains, which is so accessible to us. Just take off my shoes, step on the water, and just chill. And so I've noticed that relaxes me. I don't don't know if I get energy, but I feel
Takes down inflammation.
I feel good. Yeah.
There's a lot to
Yeah.
it. It helps the mind. It brings a shock to the mind that tells the rest of the body to start looking up circuits that haven't been working, and it reconnects those circuits.
Yeah, I've noticed something. I noticed like a recharge. Again, you always hear these things about like ice baths and all that stuff and the science behind it. I don't know. I started doing it because, you know, I did amp up a little bit my workout, and so I feel, you know, sore. So that's why I started doing it, and I noticed that it does help me heal up, I guess. You know, I feel much better after I do that, and so I do it a little bit more nowadays, and so I'm more willing to try it. Again, I don't know what the science is behind, but I do
There
feel...
is a lot of science behind it now.
I do feel relaxed, and water, you know, is power. That's why we gotta have it, we gotta drink it. But going back to the third eye, it's called sun gazing. And it says here that the best times to do it is at dawn or dusk. It can be powerful activation for the third eye. Pair this with the chanting of Om.
Okay.
Is that what you guys do?
Okay. I don't
but
because I
can
don't know
see- I
everything
can
about
see
it.
that, though.
But I feel like when you're trying to be beneficial to yourself, every little thing helps, even if you're not perfect. When you're learning a new language and someone can just understand you barely, then
That's
I
good.
feel like, yeah, as long as you keep on going, just having that confidence is making you better. You know what I mean? So if you're learning a new activity, the more you try, the better you're gonna get, and the better it's gonna get you, even if you're not perfect at it. You know what I mean? So even if we're not meditating and humming and doing the different noises, because most what are they called, Buddhist people?
Oh, the Buddhist.
Monks.
Yeah. So monks, yes, monks. Most monks will hum and meditate, and they'll know the actual wordage to humming and meditating. But when you go to a place like when you go to Thailand and you want to meditate and hum with Buddhist people, they're gonna tell you a noise, and you're gonna get as close as possible to that noise, but you're still feel like what is the bowl?
The singing
Sound
bowls.
bowls.
The sound bowls, yeah, sound bowls, and there's healing sounds. They give you certain letters
Like forks and stuff
to
like
Frequencies.
yeah, those frequencies.
Yeah.
You literally will feel the vibration when everyone's on the same frequency. And if you're off, it's okay, because there's so many on that same frequency that you'll still feel the vibration in your body. You can literally start coughing up fluids even if you're not making the sounds and you're just in the room. You're just like, hey, and you start coughing up that negative fluid because the vibration is going through your body.
Well, you're still
Dude,
doing something
dude,
to
yeah.
get
Talking
rid of
about that.
Just sitting there.
Yeah.
Talking about the frequencies, though, you know Nicholas Tesla, right, the inventor. He developed
know, but
he
I like
developed the machine that it was considered its earthquake machine, because it could find the frequency of everything, including the human body, and amplify it to the point where it destroys the cells. It could bring down a building. He found out that everything is on a frequency.
Yeah.
Every physical thing has a frequency, and you give home to it, and then just magnify it.
I love that he said that, because you know how when they be like, till the fat lady sings and then she breaks the glass. or
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
The funny thing about that is, it wasn't how high pitched her voice was.
No, it's
It
the
was
frequency of the glass.
that she
Yeah.
said it at.
Yeah.
That made the glass break.
That was the frequency of the glass. She was
Yeah.
able to match it and then amplify it, and it shattered.
And it only made that glass shatter. Yeah, right. So
That's gangster.
So yeah, so to make a machine that does it for everything, every
Right.
living thing, every rock, every human, that is
dangerous.
insane. Yeah,
It is.
that was Nicholas Tesla, the
we're
guy.
dangerous as humans.
Yeah.
Like, we have so much power that we're just like not connected with, but
We're not using it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they say
we
that
just
they
don't know
use
about
sound
it.
to move like the
Pyramids.
pyramids. Yeah. All like the stone for the pyramids were moved by sound and frequency.
I believe it. Yeah, if you
Yeah.
make it vibrate enough, it's easier to push because then it's bouncing.
let me find a frequency that'll make a girl come.
Bro,
Back
I'm
in
gonna be
those
like,
days.
I'm not even touching you, girl.
It does seem that back in that old time, they did understand that somehow, right? Like
My
they
bad.
understood the
Yeah.
frequency. They understood, how to partake the sun and all these things. It's just what? How do we lose that?
It's because it's dangerous
Yeah.
information, dude. When someone
Dangerous.
weaponized it, it became a weapon, and that do you really want everyone to have that weapon?
Right. There's so much history of what they say is like dark magic, voodoo.
Right.
All this helped in wars
right.
to fight off colonizers,
Yeah.
And now it's looked at as bad. They even say black cats was because when witches was doing their magic, like witches wasn't bad, you know. They were healers. They were they did remedies, you know what I mean. They did so much that when they outcast these women, that the main people were the guardians of the underworld, cats.
Well, you know why
Even
Catholics hate him, right?
Egyptians.
Because the second pope or the third pope hated cats, so he made cats a
See,
demon cat.
but I heard differently. I heard it was because when they started.
I'm sure it was multiple
getting down,
reasons,
yeah.
but why Catholics and it took big in Europe was because of the pope.
But
Yeah,
it would be all cats with that right?
particularly black cats, but yes,
Yeah.
it was all cats.
But yeah, so there's like so many superstitions that I feel like when you look past the superstitious part of it, of why people's telling you one thing, and you actually look into what the worth of this animal or this story is, and where it could stem from. When you look into that, it
goats
might
and
be something
snakes.
spiritual, huh?
Like goats and snakes.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah.
involved in witchcraft and like voodoo and all that shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they totally
Yeah,
are.
because
Devil worship
really,
as well.
really
with the
they
goat.
want goat blood to keep away demons.
But
Like
what
when
I heard,
go ahead.
the reason they do those things, like use animals and stuff, is more for the show.
Yeah.
Like
But
they
there's
say,
specific animals that
Right.
they're
Yeah.
using.
Well, I
and
mean,
they're
because
like,
they were
"Look
in the
at a
Bible."
squirrel."
And
but
there's
they
also
say
purity.
it's more for to cause an effect. Because if they're just doing the regular ritual or whatever, like you may feel like it's not working, and so they use these sacrifices to create a whole show and give you a better feeling that there's something is getting done for you or towards your enemy or whatever you want to call it.
I don't know.
But that's what I heard.
Well,
I
the
don't
reason
know
they
how
use
true
those
it is.
particular animals is because they were in the Bible. You know, Adam and Eve, the devil showed up as the snake.
That's true,
When
too.
they described the devil, they said he had
But that's
horns
the
like
Bible
goat.
that we've been taught
Yeah.
by fucking colonizers. Anyway,
Yeah, that's
but,
true.
But on the opposite, when you go to like spiritual realms or pagan realms
Mm-hmm.
and look up their history of it, it can say a
Yeah,
whole
there's
different
always
thing
two
about
sides to a
how
story,
powerful
you know?
that animal is, how this animal
Yeah.
does this, and how
Definitely.
you know what I mean.
Native Americans were they had seven serpents guarding their heaven.
Yeah.
So the feathered serpents. So they weren't even seen as like, oh, they're bad animals. No, they were like they're gatekeepers to their paradise.
Right. So it's like we will grow up learning something that will disconnect us from our ancestors, our spirituality, what really makes our vibration stronger. You know what I mean? Like we're growing up in this world today, learning the opposite of how to own up our or how to get a powerful frequency. You know what I mean? So yeah, going back to staring at the sun. There are times where it's said to stare at the sun because it opens up your third
Seems
eye.
like-
But the whole entire life, it says you're told, don't stare at the sun. It's gonna make you go blind. I'm okay with going blind for 3 days as long as I can have some acid. No. I'm
Oh
kidding.
man, no,
Just
my
kidding.
sight's too important. That's
Yeah,
the one
it
thing I
is.
cannot lose.
I was like,
No
blind to one eye
compromise
for a
there.
while.
Yeah, no, even if it's like, yeah, good for you, and they say it's good for you, I'm like, you know what? The risk's still too high.
He would do it. I get him to do it.
No, for money maybe.
Anything that you think we can take from the eclipse?
No.
No? Nothing?
How much time do we got left?
We
Too?
still got 30 minutes.
Yeah. Y'all want to start talking about what y'all do if y'all win the lottery?
Hells
We
yeah,
can
let's
make
do
that
this.
short, you know.
Elijah?
All right, nah, I'll go last because I like to talk. But all right, Dexter, since you came up with this topic, would you like to go first?
Sure. If I won the lottery, I'm talking about like the big lotteries we're seeing because they're like getting bigger and bigger each
So let's
year.
We're
talk
talking
about
about
an amount then.
billions.
Yeah.
No, let's not talk about $1 billion. $1 billion way too much.
Yeah.
Let's talk
5
about
million.
money you can act like a limited amount. Let's talk about 30 million. It's enough to like
30
live a
30
good
million.
life, but you can still spend
For
that shit
sure.
within like 3 years.
Yeah, you
Okay,
know,
30
first
million.
things first is, setting up that trust for my little man, making sure he's set up for life. And then after that, I don't know, man. I'm going to be reckless with at least like 10 million. You know what I mean? I'm just going to, go wild. I'm going to grab in 20 people and we're just going. You know what I mean? Like, you can jump off
You
at
just
any
gonna pull
time,
out.
but this train is on. This train is taking off in 20 minutes. You know what I mean?
What do you think
So-
would be the craziest thing you would do?
I don't even want to get out
The
of
most
that on
extreme you
here.
would do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it might
it's
not
probably
be
not
legal in
something
the
that's gonna be good on camera.
Yeah. No, I mean, like the craziest thing I could think about doing, I don't know. Yeah, that would.
Yeah, that thing. I
Yeah,
feel it.
that's-
No, it's like
You have
know
something
what
else?
How about
or you don't really?
the
I
craziest
don't
thing you could
I-
say?
Yeah,
How
I
about
don't
that?
really. The crazy, I don't know, because it's like literally limitless to an extent at that point.
So
for you,
pick the one that
right?
you think like, oh shit, that was crazy. I'd never do that, but I would do it if I had money.
Right, exactly. See, he gets it.
I know, I feel that right there.
I don't know if I could think of one thing like that.
That you could say on TV, huh? All right.
Well, even that, because it's like money can buy you so much that it's like to be like one thing. I would have to like sit in a room for like 12 hours and meditate and you know what I mean, really come to it.
Which it doesn't cost money to do that.
Yeah, maybe if I hear some of other people's, I give you a better answer. But
So what made you think of this question?
oh, so actually, I had a friend ask me because I had him go up to Idaho to get me a lottery ticket because the Mega Millions is up there. So I'm like, you can't win if you don't play. You know?
Right.
So
You didn't win though.
I don't know. I have to
But he played. All right.
Right.
I could have won.
He
I
took
don't
the
know.
chance. That's all that
yeah.
matters.
But you can do it like you can get the one ticket and it's good for like so many draws.
Yeah.
So I can still have like more chances to win.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
I know nothing about
I
that.
don't
I
even.
don't know.
yeah.
All right. What about you, Dev?
If you win the lotto.
You wanna
What would you do?
slide that over?
30 million. So
Oh, okay. Total 30 million. Okay.
yeah, $30 million lottery.
You want
That's
30
the
million.
cap.
I would get a house.
A $30 million house.
I was about to
Like,
No, just a decent, big enough house. I would build a home gym in it. I'd also pay off my debt. That's the very first thing I'd do. I just pay off my debt. And then I'd go to the beach, and that's pretty much it.
So would you buy your house to be in a beach or?
No, I don't want a beach house.
Okay.
I'm scared of.
Godzilla?
tsunamis and shit. Yeah.
I can't swim.
Mm.
I
You just
actually
wanna
can't
stare at the
swim.
beach,
I
but you
just
don't
want to
wanna
stare
swim.
at the
Okay.
beach. Yeah. Well, I mean, I do go in the ocean, but I wear a life jacket.
Okay. There's nothing wrong with
Safety
that.
first.
No need to feel
If you
guilty.
can't swim, you just gotta wear a life jacket.
Yeah.
Hold on, wait a minute. You can't swim at all?
No, I can't swim at all.
Yeah. He
I
drowns in the bathtub.
no, I used to know how to swim when I was a kid, but
Skill worth learning.
I forgot how to like hold my breath
Ah.
without like
Panicking.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I can't do that now, and I don't even want to try it because I don't want to drown. But that's pretty much it. That's all I would do. I would just pay off my debt, buy a house, go to the beach. That's it.
And what about the rest of the? Because I mean, that's maybe like
What do you
2
think
million.
was
at
the
that.
tired
I-
at that point.
And-
Like
What do you think will be
shopping.
the craziest thing you do with that money?
The craziest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takes
Like
swimming
literally
lessons.
crazy, and you know you can afford it.
I don't think I would. I don't think I would do anything crazy.
You just have to find out as you get it, huh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's usually how.
I'm-
I
it
wanna
a
hear
big
what someone's
spender,
gonna do
like-
crazy. 'Cause
Well,
I'm,
you,
like,
well, you
thinking
already
of,
know. You already know.
I
I
know,
look
I
at this
wanna
stuff
do
all the
what's
time.
crazy? Like,
Yeah.
well, I'm trying to think of like what level of crazy are we talking?
That's your
about?
All right, let's see about
That's your
Tacoma.
call, baby.
You ready to hear from Tacoma? She
Yeah.
said she got some crazy
I
stuff.
mean-
Someone got something crazy she gonna do with this money?
So first, like, I mean, like, definitely, I'd buy me a house, and then I'd buy like a section of the forest, like a good acre, and then just build up like a little tree house and like live there. It'd be cute.
Now, that's badass.
And
Yeah.
then I'd buy an M4.
Get yourself a Jaguar.
She said an M4.
An M4.
But he meant like a
Maybe-
real
maybe
Jaguar.
I might buy two.
Yeah.
And then for like the crazy thing, just out of curiosity, I would go like on a space trip.
There you go.
Oh,
I
see,
want
that's
to
what
prove that the
Oh.
galaxy's real.
Yeah.
Like, I would,
Yeah,
like,
that'd be cool.
Just to get me high enough to prove that the Earth is not flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come back
Just
down.
have doubts about that.
Yeah.
You have to.
Because I don't know.
All right, just enough to prove it. That's good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I like
that's
that.
awesome.
Yeah.
I
That's
just
good.
want because I have the money, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I
You
just
have the
wanna
money.
go
Get it.
there
Yeah.
and-
We got
and
baby
see
Elon
what's
in the building.
How did you
He
go
building
broke? I had
rockets
to
out
prove
here.
that the Earth was round. Did you prove it?
So,
I'm broke now. No, I'm just playing.
I mean, how much is a ticket? Like 20 million or something like that?
20 million.
Yes,
I was
don't know.
hoping maybe like 2 million.
It might be 2 million. Who
Oh,
knows?
probably
Once they
more.
privatize
I think
it,
it's
they make
like-
it
I
cheaper.
would buy my own spaceship.
By
Nice.
SpaceX. By someone
I
who
would
already
buy
made
it,
it.
and then I would go to school to be a spaceship pilot.
Okay.
and then I would get in that hoe and drive it.
Hell yeah! I love that.
I like that too. She's like, I'm getting up there one way or another.
They never taught me how to
Right.
land.
Right? Is your spaceship gonna look? Is it gonna be penis shape
It's gonna
or
be purple
purple? Okay.
with like bedazzle all over.
Okay.
That's
Tinted
awesome.
windows. All that good
Tinted
stuff.
windows.
I wonder how much a
Good
spaceship
job.
is.
Woo.
It
I
might
would
be a
hope
lot
a few
more than
million.
30.
I think
Because there's
way
airplanes that are, I mean, there's jets that are.
Well, mine is gonna not be that nice.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm gonna build it.
she's like, this is gonna be a
Yours gonna be
budget
ghetto.
spaceship that
Yeah.
gets her up
She's
there,
gonna
all right?
go to astronaut school. She's gonna learn how to build a spaceship. She's gonna do it herself. She's
Yeah.
gonna learn how to drive it. She's doing everything from scratch.
It's on a discount.
And she
And you
doesn't.
can see
Just go to
her-
she
Russia and
doesn't
offer to buy
work.
one of
She
theirs.
doesn't work. She doesn't
Girl.
need to work to pay it.
Girl, where'd you get your spaceship at?
She gonna start a
Craigslist?
YouTube channel like, watch me build my spaceship.
Get more money there.
That's funny, yeah. Hey,
Facts.
make an
And I
investment,
wouldn't
right?
be in debt from like taking out a loan.
Exactly.
Yeah.
On
Exactly.
my spaceship.
Smart.
Mm.
I like it.
Just build it.
Really, when you got that type of money, you could just borrow.
Or like that
other
Glorilla song when
things.
she's like, "Get fucked by the credit score, be rich as fuck tomorrow."
That is true, though. That is true.
That's
Once
funny.
you got that
Miguel?
money, it's over.
I would make sure that me and mine are taken care of. I buy them a house, you know, everyone in my circle. And
Everyone in your circle?
everyone in my circle. Yeah.
30 million?
I love how none of us answered.
It doesn't have to be a big. I'm not buying you a
me and him talks
mansion.
about this all the time.
Yeah, I'm not buying you a mansion. I'm buying you a house.
Like a
little
You know,
three-bedroom,
yeah,
too
you
bad.
I don't
you
even
can
want
make
a
do.
mansion.
All right, you just got a free fucking house.
Like, really, me and Miguel talks about this all the time.
Yeah.
With the buying the houses, you don't even have to start off with a nice house. You can get a used beat up house for like 10 to 50 grand and then start building it up. And if you take
Develop it.
Yeah.
And that's what I do with the rest of my money.
Then you
I would
have
develop
an HOA
land.
that you have to pay.
If you are the
every place
HOA,
don't have a HOA.
you know,
Yeah, every
know?
place don't have a HOA.
No,
Townhomes
you
have
could, if you
HOAs.
have enough money, you become the HOA.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like you buy the land, you develop it, you make the houses. I would
We
do
literally
buildings. I would
discuss
do
this
yeah.
like this
yeah.
all the time. All right, my bad. Go
No,
ahead.
you're good. But that's what I would do. I
So
would.
what would be your one crazy thing to do?
Oh man, so many. Oh shit. You know what? I would shut down the Autobahn and get the fastest car I could possibly find, and just be the only car on that
drive
bitch.
it.
And
You don't
just,
even gotta shut it down.
no, I don't want anyone else on there.
He's like, no, I don't.
No.
Just in case.
I trust I trust myself. I don't trust other people.
See, but the
Yeah.
other
So-
cars, what's good about the other cars on the Autobahn is they make sure
Yeah, I don't care.
animals don't get on the road. Like, they literally make sure animals don't get on the road.
Oh, I will hire a team for that. I want that road empty.
I know
you
what I
know.
would do now. I would take the cops on a high-speed chase. Just because I know I got the bill money to get out of jail. You know what I mean? Like, you know what? I don't feel like pulling over today. Take
O.J.
off
Simpson,
on
that
them,
bitch.
you know what I mean? I'm trying to kill
Oh,
nobody.
you guys
Rest in peace,
hijacked a
O.J.
plane or
Simpson.
something.
No,
Right, fuck.
I know he didn't
that's
do
a
it.
felony. I don't care how rich you are. You get caught publicly, you're gonna get fucking reamed.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm rich.
Right,
I don't
that's
really
true.
care. You know?
Lose your
They're probably
money
just
in
gonna
legal
find 'em.
battles.
Yeah, as long as I don't, do something stupid and like hit a car or something, I just, at the end they catch me. I'm like, oh, you got me. You know?
Yeah.
See if you can make it to Mexico.
I'll be out by the morning. You know what I mean?
Right?
So,
They'll give you a plea deal,
Yeah.
do some community service.
yeah.
Unless they want to make an
Donate to the
example
chief
of
or
you.
something, you know what I
Right.
mean?
If they want to make an example of you, no bail.
Nah, when you got money, they'll make examples
Yeah.
of you.
I guess
At
that's
least you'll
true.
have your money
Yeah.
when you get out.
Exactly. You know.
Because they're gonna
I'll be
need
good.
you to come
And even
in.
if I went to jail for a little bit, I'd be living like a king in jail. I'd have all the ramen noodle. You know what I mean? Like, what you need? I got
All
that
the
ramen
ramen
noodle.
noodle.
I'll
That's
be
how
the
you
ramen
know
noodle
you're
king
broke.
in the
I got
pen.
that ramen
You
noodle.
rich, bro. You ain't getting ramen noodle. You getting real shit.
I'm pretty, well, I mean,
Nah, think about it.
that's
think
like
about
commissary.
all
That's
the
like,
big
that's
gangsters.
Like,
Yeah, all the
money.
big
All the
gangsters,
big
bro,
gangsters,
they
they
get
had
like
actual
full
meals.
spaghettis. They get like
Yeah,
fucking.
they had girls
But I'm
coming in and
saying,
out.
like, I could like be controlled. I'd be like, yo, I'll give you 3 packs of ramen. Go handle
But
it.
I don't think 30
You
million is
know
gonna
what I
buy that.
mean?
That's more into
I'm
like the
rich in
100
there,
million
you know?
area.
So
Think so?
that's-
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never even had a $500,000.
Yeah, neither have I. But Pablo Escobar did that. He got sentenced to prison. You know what he did? He built his own
Built
prison.
his own
Yeah.
prison.
Yeah,
Some
and he's like, yeah, I'll go to that prison. It was a fucking nonstop party. He had fucking, he stayed there.
Yeah.
Like the term, he's technically locked up. You know, chef
Doesn't
meals.
lock-
Yeah,
that's fun.
exactly. So like that, but that was also
And
what?
he's living his sentence. He's
Yeah,
dealing out his sentence.
What about
Yeah.
you, Elijah?
Was you done though?
I was done.
Well, I'm gonna try to take like 30% of it and invest it. And that's the craziest thing I'll
Cryptocurrency?
do.
Nah,
I'll-
hell no,
I'll,
it's not the craziest
I'll
thing
I'll
ever,
literally
dude.
let it move around. So I'll take like 22 mil, and out of the 22 mil, probably 17 of that, I'll start trying to figure out different places to invest. Invest in other people's business so they can start working for me as they grow. And then I would take the 4 mil of the 4 or 5 mil that's left for investment to probably do something that I want to do crazy, more like start buying houses all over, and then try to either, what is that called, Airbnb it out or do something like that, and also get like cleaning companies with that and have them working on a clock to clean the houses after, someone managing that type of thing. And then with the last 8 mil, cocaine and strippers.
Blackjack and hookers, huh?
A lot of people do that.
Yeah. No, with the last 8, with the 8 mil of having fun, because I feel like the investment money is gonna last over time. It's not gonna be right away. It's gonna be in a different bank account. That's gonna be that's gonna have other people who has to manage it with me, and that's what happens when you like start.
But are you
putting
paying
in
the
that
people
business.
that are managing it?
Yeah. So
That or
when
you
you have
invest
those
them,
type of
yeah.
advisors, another person has to help you take out your money that has that type of education level. So you give them a key, you have a key, and you have to work together to do
taxes.
it. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything's
hella
taxes.
taxes.
No, this is after taxes.
Yeah,
This is
30 million
after-
after
this is
After
taxes.
after
taxes.
Yeah.
We really won 100 mil, but they took 70 of it. No, I'm just playing.
It'd be like that. Fucking
right.
assholes, huh?
But with the 8 mil, I'm definitely gonna be traveling the world, being a straight up slut. I'm gonna take my closest friends and be like, hey, y'all ready to wild out? We're gonna do things that
Fuckboy summer, fuckboy year.
yeah.
Honestly,
we're gonna-
I would just get a job for fun.
up
Like, I don't gotta work, but I might go to work.
and then just fuck up the job. No, I'm just playing.
That's when you just buy the company. Then you can
I'm gonna work
show
at
up there and work
Walmart
there
just
one
to
day.
screenshot.
Investment.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna take a group of people and try to only spend $1 million on that group of people, and we're just gonna act a fucking donkey. Yeah, do as much as possible. But if I had even more money than that, then everyone's gonna be working for me. But we're all gonna like
Man, you all
Take
like,
it
like
over
that,
the
that's
world.
that's literally my thought process is all my friends or whatever, they're all gonna be working for me, but they're pretty much gonna be business owners. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna make it where, hey, you come up with an idea that you want to do, and when we come up with this idea, you're gonna work for me. I'm gonna give you the money. You're gonna establish that business, and
So like one of the
I'm gonna
sharks
be
from Shark Tank.
right, and I'm gonna have 30% or so, or however many percent, and we're gonna have this contract for the next 50 to 100 years. You know, you don't have to make much. You don't have
He
to
said
give me
50
back
to
much.
100
Yeah,
years.
hey, you're not
That's
gonna
such a
make much. You're not
colonizer.
gonna
Yeah, that, right.
But
He's all like, I'm in here
He
for
was like,
good.
I
I'm
know
here for
you're
your
good.
lifespan.
And
Yeah.
the crazy thing is, they do this in so many countries, like in Thailand. You have to buy property out there. You have to become business partners with a local, and the business deal is 51-49. The foreigner only gets 49% of the business, even
Yeah,
if
you
they're
can't
putting all
be
the
the
money in,
majority
everything.
holder.
Right. And then for the next 100 years, this contract is for you and the local to
why you
have that
marry
business
into it.
together. And after 100 years, the local is the one that receives the rest of the business. So they receive everything
the
that you've
local
worked
is
up
dead?
for. It should get passed down to a family member, but the foreigner doesn't get it. If it doesn't get passed down to a family member, then that country takes over the
See,
contract.
the real
So you've
colonizer
already
move would be like getting with their their wife or something like
That's
that.
what I would
have
do.
her leave, take half, and then I get my half back.
Yeah, that's exactly what I would do.
There you go.
That's playing the. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Loopholes.
and the thing is, like they're giving you a contract long enough for you to live a great life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So if I'm saying, hey, we're gonna have a business deal where you're working for me, my generation's gonna get that business. You don't have to re-sign a contract with my grandkids. You know what I mean? But I've made enough business with enough friends to get us all rich. And when the contract's over, and I've already signed it over to grandkids, oh, this son gets this house, this son gets this house, and all the kids get, or the grandkids get what's passed down to
Generational
them.
wealth, yeah.
Yeah, I've built generational wealth where they don't have to worry about anything or even working, just managing. They got a boss mentality, and all I had to do is win the fucking lottery and make my friends work for me.
Well, because a lot of people, when they win the lottery, they go broke later in life, right?
Yeah.
So your idea is to get the money, but make more money off of it.
Yeah, of
Right.
course.
It's not
In so
just
many
live
ways.
it up like the current people that win the lottery,
Right.
they just go broke.
See, I feel like a lot of people don't know how to live it up
Right.
without spending a lot of money. I'm broke
I
every
think
day.
where they go wrong is they start gambling.
Oh,
Just you can party without gambling.
Yeah.
that'd be my advice.
And when
too.
you start spending money,
It's
I'm
fun,
a-
but
a
it's not worth
thousand
it.
right now, I
It's not
bet
worth
you.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that
no,
$1,000
when you
right
start
now.
spending money, you try to start finding more ways to spend more money, because when you see a lot of money in your account,
Yeah.
you're not realizing that you still have other things to pay. So when you're seeing that money right there, right there and then, you're like, all right, well, I still have this much money. And then when it all adds up all at once, the pending amounts, the payments that you have to do because you bought this car, bought that car, and it still haven't really got approved yet, and it all comes out of your account at once, it's like, damn, I already signed this business plan for like 30 years and I'm paying $100,000 whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not rich, y'all know. But I think a lot of people right, I think a lot of
but
people
that is clever, and you definitely have thought about this then, because
Oh yeah, me and Miguel talk about it all the time.
we
people,
do.
when they win the lottery, they lose it. And so
You gotta be
I don't
smart
think
with
a
your
lot of
money.
people
Yeah.
think of what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'll just invest money, I'll grow money, I'll make sure that I have business for the rest of my life where I'm not living out of this lottery money. I'm living off the businesses that I have created.
So me and Miguel, we talk about this anytime I go get a lottery ticket, and he wants to do it too, because I'm the friend that goes to Idaho and be like, hey, so
Or he's the
writing
friend
down
that
your
gets me to
benefits,
go to Idaho.
yeah, or I'll get him to go. But no, even when I'm in another country or another state, I ask them how does their lottery work. So in Canada, if you win the lottery,
Canada,
yeah, before you can receive your lottery money, you have to say how you want to receive it, how do you want to do it, and you have to already have a financial advisor with a financial plan written down of what you want to do. You
That's
literally
smart.
have to have a financial plan of how you want to spend your money,
Right.
before you can even receive it.
Not
So
bad.
I wanna know
if
how
you really
Juan
think like that, if you really think like that, the
How
main
do you
people
put
you need to
cocaine
get.
and strippers on that?
Business
you want to buy a
write-offs.
lot of plants. You want to buy a lot of plants and make a garden,
Yeah.
and you want to buy businesses for low-income mothers. Just kidding. Just kidding. I know that's it's gonna be a lot. Really controversial right there. But no,
you gotta put them through college.
right.
That's fine.
So women working through their way to college, and some men, because depending on what type of strip club you want to go to, like there's most strip clubs too. But anyway,
whatever's profitable,
no,
right?
there-
you ain't got to be a client.
Everything can be written off.
Like, we
Everything
got
can be written off. It's how you write it.
Yeah.
It's how you want the IRA
IRS.
to the IRS. What's IRA
Internal
anyway?
An IRA is a savings account.
Fuck, it is, huh?
So let me ask
Yeah.
you this, because I don't think we hear this a lot, and I definitely did not hear this a lot growing up. I've learned some of these things just by reading books, but you have a really good sense, of investment and stuff. Because I started doing investments because of you too, because you kind of introduced me to it, and then I.
And I'll be
did the
bothering
research.
y'all a lot about it.
Yeah.
Hype as hell.
And so I didn't realize that, because
Mhm.
unfortunately, my parents, they didn't teach me that. They were just working, and that's the habit that I picked up. And in school, I don't remember ever having a finance talk, nothing
Right.
like that. I didn't learn anything about credit scores. I had to learn the hard way.
Right.
And so, how did you get there? Because you seem to know a lot.
Well, to be honest, what started me out was getting evicted enough. So having like parents that'll be like, hey, can we borrow some money for you? Because anytime I got money working for people, mowing lawns, sweeping up stuff, I'd hide it under my bed, and there was no place to hide stuff in a parent's house. You know what I mean? Because they're looking at everything.
Because it
So when
wasn't
they-
your house.
Right. So when they seen that I had money, they'd ask me, hey, can I borrow this? So instead of getting a mentality of saving up for the thing I wanted, so I always had a mind state to save. But instead of having a mentality to save up for the thing I wanted, I would save up for different family members. And it was repeated as I got older. one family member was like, hey, can I get this because I'm in some trouble, blah blah. Now I have a mind state that says that you're a grown ass person. If you're in trouble, it's okay to go out on the street and learn for yourself. You know what I mean? No matter how many kids you got, no matter what position you're in, we make our own choices. It's okay for your little brother to be like, hey, what's up? Oh, you don't have a phone right now? Hit me up when you got your shit together. But at the time, the reason why I saved and I did that was for family. So when I started looking into finances, I would look up what advisor can I talk to about saving. And everywhere I went, they were like, "Oh no, you have to have $100,000 at least, or blah 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 this and that." And I'm like,
"So get an advice, right?"
Yeah, just to get like someone to like look at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was always looking into it, and they'd be like, "No, you should just invest. You should do this. You should do that." I'm like, "What does investing do? You just put your money in random stuff. You can either look it up or just put your money in there, and it's either gonna save over time or you're gonna lose it." And I'm like, you know what? That's better than letting my money sit around.
Right.
So I started doing that, and in the military, I tried to do it even more. And then the military actually had places for people to actually invest with no money. As I started investing in that, that's how my money started really building, because you're literally giving away money that you need to be like, it's gone. Once you have that mentality that it's gone, there's going to be places where you invest, and it's going to be like, what's the retirement plan? The 401k?
Yeah.
So a 401k is an investment plan.
Right.
You're putting your money in an area where someone's moving it around. Yeah. Someone's moving it around.
The banks do the same.
Right. And after you retire, after a certain amount of years, they're like, this is how much money you saved up, and this is how much money you made. There's other places where they'll do that same thing. Just like the Roth IRA. Yeah. They do the same thing, and some say you can only save up to, or you can only have it until you're 55 or 49 or whatever. Or some will say if you take it out, there will be a penalty. Sometimes it's okay to get that penalty and pay the taxes on it. Once you pay the taxes on it, you have enough money to start your own business. If you're that ambitious, start your own business. You know, it only really takes 5 years to make enough to not ever have to worry about money again, if you know how to manage that amount. Right. It also takes a second to mess everything up for yourself. But it's your mentality. Are you willing to fail? Because even when I invest, I'm always like, I could lose, not no more, but I'm always like, I can really lose this money. Actually, yes. Even now, whenever I invest, I'm always like, I can lose this money. But anytime I put new money in, it's nothing compared to what I'm spending throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout the year. You know what I mean? I literally was starting out with $10, $50, $30. And sooner or later, it's like, all right, now I have this much extra money left over at the end of the month. I'm going to put this in, and hopefully something happens.
Let me ask you this, because we only have 2 minutes left.
Okay.
Because, again, it seems that you learned a lot. Where is a good source to learn those things?
Dang, I'm going to have to say TikTok. TikTok, I feel like it's better than Google.
You
because
never had TikTok your whole life, though.
I know I didn't have it my whole entire life, but when you look up what's a source, because they have that source now.
Right.
That's the best source. And the reason why I say Google's not the best source, because when you look up financial advice, they give you places that's going to turn you down.
I see.
When you look it up on TikTok, they give you experiences and knowledges that poor people's did to get their money up.
And it's real people, not someone that wrote an article.
And it's people who's really trying to get you better at something. But that's why I wouldn't say Google or even going to a place.
All right. Well, close us out.
All right. Well, you're here with the Mind of Nobodies. That's Devaney's out. Devaney showed up late, but she was here. And we talked about a little bit of everything. You can find us on TikTok,
Instagram,
Facebook, YouTube, and at Miguel's house.
No.
At mindofnobodies.com for every single one. Just look up Mind of Nobodies. And you're here with Nelijah,
Dexter,
Devaney,
Rain.
Miguel.
and we got wands on the 1s and 2s. And we'll see y'all next month, probably.